Welcome, guys. So glad to have you with me again for what's going to be a very short little session that I will share with you sometime this week to just kind of continue our practice beyond what you are going to be doing in Unit 3 in Lesson 1, talking about inherited traits. I want to continue to get us ready for some of the middle school skills that you're going to be needing between now and the end of school. We will be concentrating on some of the skills that we've done throughout the year um, because regardless of what happens with the STAR testing, we will be doing some testing here toward the end of the year. I want you guys to sharpen those skills so that you'll be ready for that. This question here on the page, it says use your polling tools. Clearly, you're not going to be able to do that since we're not in a live session. But take a look at this one, and it requires some thinking skills. It also requires that you think a little bit about mass, right? Because this question is asking you from the least to the greatest mass. So we've got 4 blocks up here, and we can see the different results that we get when we put them on a triple beam balance here. Now we can clearly see if we're going from least to the greatest, then we're wanting to compare, okay, which of these is the lightest, right? The least mass would be the one that's up in the air in comparison to everything else. And if we look at these, we say, well, P, right? We can see here that P is clearly less than both M and N. So that gives us one clue right there. P is less than M and N. And then we say, well, L is also less, right, than N, but L is more than M. Okay, so right there we can see that we have some comparison of how these are going to show up because P is obviously going to be less than M and N, but L is going to be less than M. So it would look to me like B is going to be the right answer. Let's take a quick look here. That is correct. Well, it's not B, it's a G, but that is still coming up with the same thing, right? We've got to look at that. Go least to the greatest. We know that P is the least, so that's going to be over here on the left. Next will be M, because M is more than L. Then L will be next, and then N will be the last. You really have to do a little bit of thinking about how these things compare in order to be able to get that done right. Now, our TEKs that we're looking on this are to classify matter based on measurable, testable, and observable physical properties, right? So we're looking at all these properties of mass, for example, magnetism, physical state, right? Solid, liquid, or gas. Relative density, is it going to sink or float? Solubility in water, will it dissolve? And the ability to conduct or insulate thermal or electrical energy. So all of these different physical properties. We're going to be talking about fixtures, comparing solutions, right? Ingredients of solutions, and then the changes of matter as we heat or cool things. Let's look at one more example here. Now, at first glance, this looks like a lot of information, right? We've got a chart up here at the top, and then we have 4 different possible answers down here. But the main thing you're going to be looking at on a question like this is it says, based on the student observations, which of these tables properly identifies the object? So we're looking at the different properties. Well, what are the properties? Well, I see up here, let's see if I can get my highlighter. Well, we'll just do it like this. Oops, didn't mean to move this around. We've got, is it a liquid? Is it a liquid? There is one of our properties. The second one, is it attracted to a magnet? So is it magnetic? There's another one. And is it soluble in water? Oops, bear with me. Is it soluble in water? So does it dissolve? So there are our 4 properties that we're going to be looking at. And all we have to do is go down here and look at these and say, well, which of these matches up on each one of these? So for K, right? Let's look at the first chance here, first selection, F. It says K is oil. Okay. Is it a liquid? Yes. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? No. That matches up. L, iron needle. Is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? Yes. Iron needle is attracted to a magnet. Is it soluble in water? No. Pancake syrup. Is it a liquid? No. Wait a second. Pancake syrup is a liquid. So we can get rid of, oops, keeps doing this for me. Bear with me. We can get rid of that one. We can get rid of that. Look at the second one. Pancake syrup, K. Is it a liquid? Yes. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? No. Okay. Pancake syrup. Well, we'll have to think about that one. L, sugar cube. Is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? Yes. Wait a second. A sugar cube's attracted to a magnet? We can get rid of that one. Let's go to H. Pancake syrup is a liquid. Yes. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? No. We'll think about that one. L, safety pin. Is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? Yes, a safety pin is. Is it soluble in water? No. M, cotton candy. Is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? Yes. Cotton candy. I'm not sure that cotton candy would be soluble in water, but we'll come back to that one. And then N, iron needle. Is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Iron needle is attracted to a magnet. So you can cross through H. Then all we have to do is look at J and say, well, do they match up? Do all of these match up? Because it's the only option left to us. Oil, K. Is it a liquid? Yes. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? No. Oil and water do not dissolve. L is a safety pin. Is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? Yes. Is it soluble in water? No. Sugar cube, is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? Yes. A sugar cube will dissolve in water because it's sugar. And then N, a rubber ball, is it a liquid? No. Is it attracted to a magnet? No. Is it soluble in water? No. So there is our correct answer. Oops, keeps doing that for me. Okay, let's look at one more. Oh, well, there's our answer. And you see, identify a liquid, identify substances that are magnetic, and identify substances that dissolve in water. That's all you have to do is look at those properties. Let's look again here. For an investigation, a teacher dropped a bolt into a container of maple syrup. Asked the students to remove it. Okay, there's only one real clue here, guys. Only one clue. And that is, it says the students first tried to use a strong magnet to remove the bolt, but it remained on the bottom of the container. That's the only real clue that you have in all of that stuff at the top. Now it says, which of these best describes the physical properties? And if you look in each one of the possible answers, there are two physical properties. In the first one, it says the bolt is magnetic and has the same density as the syrup. The second one says the bolt is non-magnetic, and more dense than the syrup. The third one says the bolt is non-magnetic. Oops, keeps doing that for me. Third one says the bolt is non-magnetic and less dense. And the last one says the bolt is magnetic, and less dense. Now, the only clue that we have is that the strong magnet didn't work on it. Isn't that correct? It did not work on it. That's the only thing we know. So that allows us to get rid of the ones that say that it is magnetic, correct? We can get rid of F and J because it tells us the one clue that we have says the magnet didn't work on it. So now the only other thing that you can talk about is whether or not it's more dense or less dense than the maple syrup. Well, it sank, right? It sank in that maple syrup, which means it is more dense. It's got to be more dense. And that's how you narrow that one down. A strong magnet didn't affect the bolt. It remained at the bottom of the container. All right, might have time for one more. Let me see if we can do one more real quickly. This is going to be the same thing. It's going to list a chart up there, and the only properties that we're looking at are the state of matter, solid, liquid, or gas, the color, is it attracted to a magnet, and does it conduct electricity? Okay, so you've got to consider each one of these and say, well, how am I going to know which two could be glass and salt water? Well, when you compare these four properties, the state of the matter, is it solid or liquid, first of all, none of them are gas, and the color, and is it attracted to a magnet, and does it conduct electricity? When we consider those four properties, there's only one, there's only one, oh, excuse me, there I am. There's only one that matches up on every one of these, sample 1 and 3, because the glass is a solid and the salt water could be a liquid. They're both clear. Neither of them are attracted to a magnet. The glass would not conduct electricity, but the salt water would. All right, let me stop there, guys. This will give you a little bit of an idea about how we're going to look at these properties of matter. We're going to continue to play with this idea and to practice these science skills as we continue on toward the end of the year. There is an exit ticket for today, guys. So there's a GoFormative. There is your website, and there is your code, JLKHMR. There is a USA test prep quiz for this week, guys, so go take care of it before the end of the week on Unit 3, Lesson 1. Guys, I hope everybody is safe and feeling well at your house, and we will be in touch soon. Bye.